Call from mom. Answer it. Call silenced.
Instacart knows nothing gets between you and the game. That's why they make ordering from your couch easy. Stock up today and get all your groceries for the week delivered in as fast as 30 minutes without missing a minute of the game.
You have 47 new voicemails.
Download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
How powerful is Cox Internet? Powerful enough to let your band members in Vegas, Phoenix, and Rhode Island jam like you're all in the same garage. Get Cox Internet powered by fiber with America's fastest download speeds. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, always building better. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial connection. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data. Fixed median download speeds. US Q3 2023.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
Who the hell are you? I'd rather go down to the barber shop and ask a guy about ready to get his hair cut what the urgency's like.
Lord knows we need family now more than ever.
Jeff Lutz.
I just don't want to indulge you and I'm the greatest thing in the world every time we're on the show. I'm not going to do that.
You're unbelievable. Judas.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
It's showtime, baby. You'll go wacko, bananas, nuts, crazy, unbelievable.
Are you ready? Let's go!
All right, we are back. The Bob and Jeff Show, KFH Radio, a Monday edition, hour number 2. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz with you as the co-host. The first 4 games are good. I don't care too much about the 16 seed.
Nor
games.
should you.
I may tune in. I don't know.
I think I watched them last
I like
year. They
Colorado State, Virginia.
Do you?
Yeah, I do like.
You want to see a 38-35 game?
Well, Colorado State scores. I wish I had somebody who followed the game.
Yeah, they score, but Virginia
here's
defends.
what I wish.
And they don't allow points.
Somebody who followed the game.
Good God.
Sitting across the table from me, because I don't have that on this show. I got you and Dippy Duda, who doesn't know basketball is round, and I make the best of it.
Oh, yeah, because you watch so much Colorado State.
I've seen them.
Good.
Not a lot. And then I love Colorado Boise State on Wednesday. That'll be a fun one.
Could
Look
be.
forward to it. So I'm going to give you the games on Thursday, and you're going to tell me how interested you are, 1 to 10.
All right.
These are games that start early in the morning, and I always look and see what games are on during our show that I'm going to have to miss, and I'm not that concerned about
what leads the tournament off.
Thursday, I'm okay. Michigan State and Mississippi State is a very early game on Thursday at 11:15. I like that game.
Yon City, 5 for me.
Chris Jans coaches Mississippi State.
He sure does.
I like him. I'll watch that one. Duquesne, BYU.
I like that one. I like
Duquesne's not going anywhere.
You don't know that. They just won the
I'll guarantee
whatever.
It. What conference are they in?
They won the Atlantic 10.
Who'd they beat?
Somebody.
They beat VCU.
Yeah.
You're terrible.
Why? I got it.
You just don't know anything.
I got it.
Then we have Akron and Creighton.
Not really, but you never know.
We'll watch some of that game. Long Beach State, Arizona. That'll be a blowout. One of the 16 seeds in North Carolina, no. Morehead State, Illinois. You love that game.
Not really. I'm just saying Morehead is a popular pick. I didn't pick them.
I don't know of anybody who's picked them.
But Illinois is in the Big Ten. Did you hear my FanDuel spot?
No, I don't listen to that.
You got to exercise caution when picking the Big Ten.
I don't listen to that.
Because they don't do anything in the tournament.
Oregon and South Carolina. Any interest?
A little. I'm interested to see South Carolina play. because they've had a pretty surprising year, but are they real?
Nevada, Dayton. I like that game. I like that game quite a bit, actually. Somebody against Texas. I believe it's the Colorado State Virginia winner, right?
I believe
Against
that's correct.
Texas. Oakland and Kentucky.
Not really.
Watch. McNeese and Gonzaga. I'm interested.
It's a fun one.
South Dakota State against my Cyclones. All over. I'm all
I
over.
can't wait to watch. What time's that game?
6:35.
I am so excited.
St. Peter's and Tennessee.
St. Peter's a few years ago, a couple years ago, was a 15 that got some
Tennessee
run.
doesn't worry me. This is what I mean. KU got into a great bracket.
Oh, Tennessee's a lot better than KU right now.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Nah. North Carolina State, Texas Tech. I like that game. I like to win 5 games in 5 days in the ACC tournament.
It's tough.
That's legendary. There will be a book written about that. That's legendary.
It's legendary
unheard
until
of.
they
That's
lose in round
crazy.
1.
Whatever happens.
No, not whatever
That's
happens.
crazy.
Who won the ACC tournament last year?
Duke.
Nobody cares and nobody knows.
Sanford. You know what? I'm getting a little tired of your attitude because Sully Ingalls took too long to pick.
I think he's on the clock now is why I'm a little
Are
irritated.
you still picking?
I haven't even made a pick yet.
When do you get to make a pick?
I don't have a pick until round 7.
Why?
I traded all my baseball picks to get great at basketball, and I'm 19-1 in basketball.
Terrible.
But I felt like I could still do pretty good in baseball even with lower picks.
Sanford and Kansas, 8:55. That gets into that difficult area with sleep.
But you'll watch.
This is Thursday we're talking about. And then the final game of the day on Thursday is one of my favorites, Drake and Washington State. I just love that match.
I hate that KU has a late game.
Don't you love that matchup?
Yeah, I do. Because I usually like to bounce around in the late games and stay up until it's all over. But now I have to watch all of KU probably.
Now Friday, the games early. Northwestern, Florida Atlantic. I like that game. Colgate, Baylor. UAB, San Diego State. Congratulations to UAB for winning the AAC tournament.
Who's Aquafresh
in
have?
front of 3 people. We'll talk about that in a minute. Western Kentucky,
did Max
Marquette.
hear that?
What?
I just made a little joke. You weren't paying attention, so those are always
What'd
the
you
best.
say?
You said Baylor, Colgate, and I said, who's Aquafresh playing?
Not funny.
Did they make it?
Stupid, in fact.
You know what I hate, by the way? All these teams turning down the NIT. You're not too good for the NIT. That's why you're in the NIT.
Stetson, Yukon. Blowout. New Mexico, Clemson. Don't care about Clemson. Don't get them. Yale, Auburn. Anytime Yale's playing, I'm going to watch. Boy, they got lucky to beat Brown yesterday.
The shot they made wasn't a tough shot.
No, it wasn't. It was not an easy shot. It was not an easy shot. He had to shoot left-handed.
Well, he made it. How do you know he's not left-handed?
I know he's not left-handed because again, I pay attention.
You looked up this
to
guy?
college basketball.
Sure you do.
No, I really do. I know that irritates you.
You were watching on.
Then I watched all kinds of highlights. I'm into it.
Well, be into it.
But don't be threatened by it.
Why am I threatened?
Just like, and then we've got the winner of Colorado Boise State against Florida. A&M Nebraska. I like that game. Vermont Duke. I like that game. Purdue taking on a 16. Charleston, Alabama. Longwood, Houston. James Madison, Wisconsin. Okay. I like Utah State against TCU. You don't. And the most intriguing game of maybe the first round is the one at 9:05 on Thursday on Friday evening.
Last game of the
I don't know if I can do that.
first round. Of course you can.
That's Grand Canyon and St. Mary's.
I'll be out of town Friday.
I'm going to have to take a nap. Where are you going to be Friday?
This is my Cedric the Entertainer weekend.
You got to be kidding. You tell me you're kidding. You're going to see Cedric the Entertainer. What do you mean you didn't know? You didn't know that this is first and second round week?
No, I didn't when I bought the tickets.
You bought tickets to see a washed-up comedian.
Washed up? I'm meeting him also.
Where is? Oh no, you didn't do the meet and greet.
Yeah, of
It's
course
one of
I
these
did.
deer in the headlight
No,
photos.
I'm so much more confident now than I was then.
Where is this?
Cape Girardeau.
You're driving all the way to Cape Girardeau?
Am I?
For Cedric the Entertainer?
Well, I thought my wife was going to come, but now she's
Do you have any idea how far Cape Girardeau is?
Yeah, it's 8 hours.
I can't believe this.
You want to go?
No. I wouldn't go 8 minutes.
Well, that's too bad.
I mean, he's funny, but I'm not going to Cape Girardeau.
Well, I've seen him in Oakland, for crying out loud.
Yeah, surely you'll rethink this.
I'll rethink it, but I don't know that I'll change my mind.
Cape Girardeau.
Yeah.
People have to be flummoxed.
You know, he went to Southeast Missouri. This is a little fundraiser he's doing.
People have to be flummoxed by you.
Who cares?
It just astounds me.
It does?
What are the chances you'll actually get in your car and start this 8-hour drive? It's not quite that far, but it's close. To Cape Girardeau,
My house
Missouri.
it is. 70%.
What was it a week ago?
I don't know. Probably. I haven't really thought about it.
What was it when you bought the ticket?
100.
What was it a week ago?
Because I thought my wife and my daughter would come with me.
They're not going to Cape Girardeau.
Just to have a road trip.
Your daughter has a play this week. When are you going to that?
Thursday, and probably.
So you're missing the tournament Thursday and Friday and Saturday.
Oof.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know.
unbelievable to me. To go to Cape Girardeau to hear a comedian.
Why did he schedule this weekend of all weekends, I wonder?
Tell me you're kidding.
It's March 23rd.
You will not go. I'll predict that right now.
Now I have to. Just say I'll go.
You will go. You'll love it.
Thank you.
You won't go. You'll be
Stop
glad
it.
you
I'm
didn't.
going now.
You might go. You won't.
I
But
will.
you will if you do.
Exactly.
I wish Duda was here.
Why? Why can't people enjoy things?
I don't think you would enjoy it. I think you'd be wanting to watch basketball.
No.
I know that's how I would feel.
I like Cedric the Entertainer more than I like college basketball.
I would definitely. There's no one I would want to see over the NCAA tournament. There's just not. It's just not possible.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'll
Don
do.
Rickles could be at the.
You'd
cotillion.
so see Don Rickles.
I've seen him.
Not really.
What do you mean? I've seen him 3 times.
All in Vegas?
2 in Vegas. Maybe that's the only time.
2 in
Seems
Vegas?
like I saw him
3
one
times,
other
but
time.
only once.
No, I've seen him. But I wouldn't. If he came to the cotillion, first of all, it'd be a hell of a show.
Now it
And
would.
secondly, I'm going to watch the NCAA basketball.
All right.
Not going to miss that. And I'm certainly not going to miss it for Cedric, the so-so entertainer.
He's an entertainer.
I can tell you're not going to go.
I'm going.
No.
I don't want to go by myself.
I
That's the
can
only
tell you're not
problem.
going.
No,
That's
you can't.
okay.
I just
That's
need to
o-
find
that-
somebody to go with me.
No one will go with you.
Text me.
There's not a person alive.
David Michael Hahn couldn't go.
Of course he couldn't. He wants to watch basketball.
He didn't even know it was bad. I don't think he cares.
Unbelievable. I mean, you astound me on a daily basis.
I didn't know when I bought the. I wasn't thinking. I was like, hey, I get to meet Cedric for $100. Who wouldn't do that? His what's it called? Cameo was way more than 100.
Unbelievable. Just incredible. I'm astounded.
It's a good deal.
Did you know how far Cape Girardeau, Missouri
Of course,
was?
I looked it up. It's at the southeast corner.
It's closer to Atlanta than it is Wichita.
Well, maybe I'll head on to
Not
Atlanta.
really, but you get my point.
It probably is.
It's honestly probably closer to Birmingham than it is Wichita.
Maybe
Do that.
I'll-
Do Birmingham to Cape Girardeau.
Okay.
And give me the miles.
Well, hold on. I got to type it in. It's a lot of letters.
It is a lot of letters, but let's get it done. I don't have a lot of time here. We're going to do a Bob and Jeff
We are?
draft of ice cream flavors.
390 miles.
From Wichita to Cape Girardeau?
No, from Cape Girardeau to Birmingham.
What's Wichita to Cape Girardeau?
Yeah, Birmingham sounds nice this time of year. 541.
You're driving 540 miles.
It's a lot.
To see Cedric the Entertainer.
Let's see how far Atlanta is.
It's
449
from Birmingham
from Cape Girardeau
to Atlanta.
Yeah, 450.
So Cape Girardeau is closer to Atlanta than Wichita is to Cape Girardeau.
Yes, that's correct.
You're not going.
It's
There
8
is
hours.
no chance you're going to that show.
What will my wife say?
What do you mean?
This is now 2 times I'll have backed out on tickets I bought.
Well, think before you do it next time. That's all
I thought she was going to go.
That's what I would ask.
See, we didn't know that there was going to be a play this weekend. I didn't know, like, just off the top of my head, that's going to be March Madness opening weekend.
Didn't you see the day and think, that's usually when they're playing March the tournament?
No, I saw the day and said, wow, I can meet Cedric the Entertainer on March 23rd.
You sound like a 3-year-old. All right, we're going to take a break. I'm so frustrated with you. I mean, I don't even get it.
You get it.
No, I don't. I honestly don't.
What's our category for?
Ice cream flavors.
There's not 16 of those.
Yeah, there are.
Oh, my dear.
The Bob and Jeff draft. Coming up next. We're not doing any category that involves driving to Cape Girardeau to see a barely hanging on comedian.
Barely hanging on.
We'll
Who
be
has
back.
his own sitcom.
Why?
Why?
If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this
Why?
a lot.
Why?
Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
Hey, Mel, Bri here. Gotta work from home today because the whole family caught a nasty...
Daddy!
Hey, Mikey, if you're gonna puke, find the popcorn bowl! But my availability is 110%. Coincidentally, so is my fever. Kidding. Mel, I'm so cold but hot. But I'm gonna get you that budget just as soon as... Mikey, popcorn bowl!
Press 1 to use Instacart and get your family's sick day essentials delivered in as fast as 30 minutes. Press 2 to keep working. Do not press 2. Just use Instacart, Brian.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
All right, we are back. We are going to play the Bob and Jeff draft as we do on most Mondays here on the show. We're going to pick flavors of ice cream today.
Yep.
And I've been looking through these flavors, and I will say this. I'm as hungry as I've ever been.
Well, ice cream's pretty good.
There's several on here that I'm very curious about that I don't know a whole lot about. I don't think I've ever had them.
Well, then I hope you don't pick those.
But I might pick them because they sound amazing. So let's have the coin flip.
Call it.
For instance, have you ever had watermelon ice cream?
Nope.
Have you ever had pralines and cream?
How about we just do the draft?
Have you ever had matcha green tea ice cream?
What's your...
I'll call tails today.
What is it?
It is heads.
Chocolate.
You think that'll win it for you?
Well, I think it drops off after that.
It does, but there's still 2 very good ones.
Have at it.
Vanilla and strawberry. So I feel good about where I am.
Okay.
Now you've got now it gets tough.
No, it doesn't. I'm going to go chocolate chip and cookie dough.
Well, you've left me an opening.
Preferably
Thank you.
chocolate chip cookie dough, but
I am going butter pecan, which might be my favorite.
Nobody likes that.
All-time ice cream. And I'm going Rocky Road.
You've never had Rocky Road.
I have, and I like it. Marshmallows. Next.
Now this is where it gets tough. I'm going to go mint chocolate chip.
Is that really a different ice cream
than chocolate chip?
Yeah,
100%. Salted caramel.
You've never had salted caramel ice cream in your life?
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
My wife buys these bars all the time that are salted. They're fine. Next.
All right. I feel good about where I am here.
No, you don't.
Neapolitan.
That's not a flavor. Next.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
Max, let's bring you in.
That is 3 flavors, and that is absolute garbage.
Max, we're going to bring our producer and judge.
If he says this counts, I quit. I quit the show.
Max Power, that would be the blessing of all blessings.
I agree 100%.
Max, do I get Neapolitan as an ice cream flavor?
My headphones don't seem to be working.
Of course not, Max.
No,
That's
Neapolitan is chocolate,
question.
vanilla, and strawberry. No, it's the same thing.
Right. So you're saying I don't get it?
Yeah, that's not a not a flavor.
Well,
that's
why is it listed
chocolate,
in my?
vanilla, and strawberry in a box?
I'll dispute your claim, but I'll.
Thank you.
You know what? Unlike Jeff,
justice finally in
I
this
will
world.
abide with your rule, other than threaten to quit the show. What do you think of Jeff, Max? Get it out there.
He loves me.
No answer. That ought to tell you everything you need to know.
It's hurtful, but I'll manage.
So my next two would be cookies and cream.
What's the difference with
and pistachio.
That's what I think when I want ice cream. Where are all the nuts?
Next. You get 2. Let's go.
I'm going to do Moose Tracks.
What? What's Moose Tracks?
It's got chocolate and caramel in there. It's unbelievable.
Well, then you can't have that.
Yes, I can.
You already picked chocolate and caramel. Max,
Moose Tracks
That's exactly what you're accusing me of, Max.
No,
Moose Tracks is a flavor.
Moose Tracks can contain little peanut butter cups, and it's a different flavor than.
So why are you against me all of a sudden, Max?
I'm not, but chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry is all in one box, Bob. It's not a flavor.
Right.
If you pick
I'll
like
abide by your ruling
separated.
without threatening to leave the show.
Spumoni or something, yeah, that'd be different. But
all right, next.
Mine are combined.
What's your next
Yours are
one?
Separated. Butterscotch.
Butterscotch. No way you'd order butterscotch.
Well, I wouldn't.
Next for me is
that wasn't a good pick. Can I change my pick?
Strawberry cheesecake.
Cheating again.
And cherry vanilla.
What?
Cherry vanilla
It's
ice
either
cream.
cherry or it's vanilla.
No, go to Brahms. They got it.
Max.
No, that's my pick.
A ruling.
And I'm done. Well, what's your last ice cream flavor?
cherry vanilla is
Pick
good.
8.
Cherry vanilla is good.
Thank you,
Jeff.
Max.
It's like cherry Garcia.
But is it its own flavor?
Of course
yes,
it
it's
is.
like cherry Garcia.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So we're each picking 8. We put that up for Max to vote on, give his decree, and then we put it on Twitter. And we have fun with this game, except Jeff is such a sourpuss.
I don't.
And such an ill-tempered individual that
You're
he
right.
threatens to take the fun out of the Bob and Jeff draft. What's your 8th flavor?
Cake batter.
Cake.
Yeah, people hate cake batter. That's. We'd much rather have pistachio.
Now,
let me
hilarious.
crack open my ice cream bar here.
All right, Max, here are the 8. We'll start with Jeff. Go.
Chocolate chip, chocolate chip, cookie dough, mint chocolate chip, salted caramel, Moose Tracks, butterscotch, cake batter.
Ugh, makes me almost sick to my
everybody
stomach.
hates chocolate.
Here are mine. Vanilla, strawberry, butter pecan, Rocky Road, what did I write down? Cookies and cream, pistachio, strawberry cheesecake, and cherry vanilla.
You might as well just.
I've never been hungrier.
When a list starts and ends with vanilla,
or more enticed by a list in my life.
I've never. It's vanilla list. You might as well
bring
just
in
stop.
Max to give his determination. Max.
You know, vanilla is the most popular flavor in the world, Jeff. Hate to tell you.
Doesn't make it not vanilla.
It's delicious.
Poor Max.
I like the moose.
Do you hate this?
No. I'd eat. I think I would eat more of Bob's list than Jeff's, so I'm going with Bob's.
Thank you.
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I appreciate that.
Chocolate chip, mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, just chocolate it out.
The flavors that people like.
Here are my flavors.
Strawberry
chocolate
cheesecake.
chip, chocolate cookie dough, mint chocolate with a cherry, chocolate raisin. I mean, how many chocolates can you go to?
How many do you? There's a reason why there's 4, and it's also in your little dumb Neapolitan garbage.
You know what? I'm going to come over there and just knock you out.
Bring it. Someone needs to be put out of their misery.
Are you in misery today?
Not really.
Still no pick?
I'm not up yet.
When are you up?
Round 7. I think we're in round 7. I'm like 3 away.
Well, you're going to have a terrible baseball team.
No, these people are dumb. I'll work them.
No, you won't. Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. On that note, we'll take a break. We'll come back and talk some more NCAA tournament. So far in the transfer portal, and I wasn't kidding when I mentioned to Jeff Geldner that they opened the gates of the portal and there was a flood. It's crazy. The only loss so far for the Shockers, Isaac Abide, who has declared himself in the transfer portal. We'll see if any fellow Shockers follow him. Certainly something to keep our eyes on over the next week or two. But really, it's only the teams that aren't still playing that go into the portal. This all doesn't make any sense. But you've taken a lot of L's.
Not that I can think of.
And you'll continue to take them as long as I'm providing the competition.
Chased a lot or another homer this afternoon.
So here we are, only 4 votes in, and your list leads 3-1.
Oh, really?
We'll see if that continues.
What a shock.
We talked about the transfer portal. Doug Gottlieb saying on Twitter yesterday, and my history with Doug, but saying that Wichita State makes no sense in the American, and that the Big East should take Wichita State and Dayton and kind of call it a day. And while in theory that all sounds great, right now what would the Big East be doing looking at Wichita State?
Yeah, does Wichita State make sense in the Big East?
Wouldn't Dayton and who make more sense?
Gonzaga?
Duquesne?
I mean, if we're basically coast-to-coast conferences now, why wouldn't they take Gonzaga?
Why wouldn't they take Gonzaga?
But I don't know as much about the inner workings of this stuff as maybe Doug Gottlieb does, as much as that pains to
Private
say.
Catholic schools used to be the main deal with the Big East. I don't know if anything's changed with that. But let's talk about the American. The crowds in Fort Worth were non-existent. It would be an embarrassment if I were involved in that conference to take a look at those games. Games were fine. And to see nobody there, even Shocker fans don't seem to really want to travel. I know they didn't have a great team this year, and that if they did, they'd probably be more of them there. But I watched a lot of the American tournament, and I got to tell you, it was that arena looks terrible when there's no people in it.
I don't
they
even
built
know
that arena to. The initial intent was to get TCU to play its home games there. They don't do that. TCU has a facility that's fine. So now, from what I understand, it's mainly rodeo things that go there. I don't know of any concerts. I mean, if you're going to go to Dallas-Fort Worth, you're going to go to American Airlines Arena, right?
that would be, but is Dickies further or fewer people? Maybe they get lesser acts. I don't know.
I don't know. But it doesn't work for the American. You can't ask schools as spread out as they are in this conference. Temple's not going to get anybody. Philadelphia, they're not coming to Dallas-Fort Worth, especially with that team. Florida Atlantic had a few people there, but nothing like they should. I don't get it. They used to have this tournament in Orlando. Remember when the first year or two when the Shockers were in the American, it was in Orlando. Now, that's not going to be an easy place for the Shockers to get to, but doesn't that make more sense than Fort Worth, Texas?
They have a lot of places make more sense. They've got looks like maybe a K-pop band, Ive or Ivy. I apologize to any of those fans. I don't know who that is. Brian Culbertson is there. The Love Hard Tour with Keisha Cole and Trey Songz. Tim McGraw, Tyler Childers, Jordan Peterson.
Okay, they get what's wrong with Jordan Peterson?
Nothing. He's wonderful. Gary Clark Jr.
They get some acts there, but that's not my point.
Seems like they get more than we get here.
Why?
Dierks Bentley.
Why are they holding the American Athletic Conference tournament there?
Blink 182.
I wouldn't walk across. I wouldn't blink to see Blink 182.
Well, they're not in Wichita.
I hope they're gone in a blink. How do you like that?
They're not coming to Wichita. I don't know.
That's my thoughts on Blink 182.
I don't know. Because Fort Worth gave them the most money. That'd be my guess.
I don't know. There's something that's not grabbed me about the American for a while now. Early on, yeah. I mean, oh my gosh, UConn and Houston and Cincinnati and oh my goodness, this is going to be awesome. And Memphis and SMU. Well, who's left? Memphis.
That's it.
And they want out desperately. They'd do anything to get out. They're like a caged animal trying to chew through the fence.
South Florida and Central Florida are playing the first round of the NIT.
Yeah, whatever. I don't have a feeling about that.
I know, but I
don't know why that was even brought up.
Interesting.
This is why I run the show.
Isn't there another game like that? Those former American teams in the NIT.
This is why I run our show, because I'm not going to make comments about. Did you see South Florida and Central Florida? Nobody cares.
I know, but nobody really cares about Fort Worth either.
I think they do. When I talk Shockers, people care.
It's nice.
So you got all these NIT games tomorrow night. None of them float my boat.
Indiana State, SMU. That's not. But
you got K-State visiting Iowa.
Oh, Bradley Loyola, like two former Valley teams. One former Valley team and one current Valley team.
K-State in Iowa to play the Hawkeyes. Now, if that was a women's game, I'm all over.
Well, that women's game has taken place already this season, and who knows, we might get it again at some point.
Huh?
Iowa has played K-State this year.
Say that again.
We've seen it once this season, and we might see it again. Pretty straightforward stuff.
Come back on that, would you?
Not really.
Because it didn't make. I didn't know what you were talking about. You jump around so much. So you've got the Iowa women as a 1 seed in Albany. By the way, I can't. How they do this in the women's bracket is hard for me to understand. So you've got Iowa as a 1 seed, UCLA as a 2 seed, and they're putting the Iowa 116 matchup coming up on next Saturday. They're putting it on ABC, so that the most people possible can see it.
Not
ESPN has assigned Holly Rowe.
That's correct.
To Caitlin Clark, not to the Iowa team. She's covering Caitlin Clark.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
She's a
but
player.
Yes, we all care.
She's
we
the
all want
player.
to see her. Well, I'll watch the women's tournament
She's
while
the most,
you're driving to Cape Girardeau.
She's the most famous player in college basketball.
No doubt. That's not even saying anything.
I'm not talking about women's. I'm talking about all of college.
No, but you're not making any kind of big statement there.
I made
of course
huge.
she is.
I think
That's not even debatable.
Just saying.
Who would even be the most famous men's player?
It's a great question.
Well, again, it's not even
Caleb
debatable.
Love? I don't know.
No.
Who is it?
I don't even know.
I would guess Caleb Love.
There's not even a viable alternative on the men's side.
No.
Maybe Filipowski, because it's Duke. Maybe. I don't know.
I would go Caleb Love because he's been around a while and he's played in a national championship game. That's my pick.
UConn doesn't have anybody that's famous. Houston doesn't. Even my beloved Iowa State doesn't have anyone whose name just Zach Edey.
Yeah,
from
Zach
Purdue
Edey's the
would
most
probably
famous.
be it for the men.
How do we overlook
Leave it to
him?
me. Well, I didn't overlook him.
You did initially.
You're rolling out names of people.
Well, I'm about to make a
their
fantasy
parents
baseball
don't know, and I'm left to figure it out.
Well, thanks for cleaning that up for us.
Who are your choices? I'll pick.
I'm
I'll
probably
make
gonna
this pick for you.
I don't know who my choices are because I don't have my sheet in front of me, but I believe I'm going to take Evan Carter or Anthony Volpe. Probably
Well,
Evan
you're in
Carter.
trouble if I'd take Evan Carter over Anthony Volpe any day.
Yeah, I'll probably take him. A lot of guys I was looking at already gone.
Of course they are. You're
I'm
not
talking
picking
about
till the
in my
seventh
range
round.
that I would pick in. They've been.
You have no shot in baseball.
Oh, I'll have a shot.
I guarantee it. Those guys know something about baseball.
Well, Jacob Albrecht had like 8 of the first 20 picks or something like that.
Well, that's because he must have traded his basketball pick.
Yeah, he's tanked in basketball.
Why do you do it like that? Why do you allow people to tank? Why don't you all play it straight up in every sport?
Because you can trade any pick across any sport. You can trade a football
I'm glad
player
I'm not young.
for a basketball player.
I'm so glad I came along when I did and don't have to deal with that nonsense. You've ruined fantasy sports for the younger generation.
Oh, I did?
You and your cohorts.
Well, sorry.
And by the way, a baseball draft would make my head explode.
It's tough to follow.
I don't have time.
Especially
I can
over
barely
Twitter
do a
Messenger.
football draft.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good for you.
I may get on ESPN and do a baseball draft.
Sure, why not?
Just see how I do, but I don't want to get with other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Anyway, whatever.
My thoughts exactly.
Can I give it a little shout out because we're doing some communication with Major League Baseball today, we being League 42. And I want to tell you, I've had contact with their director of development, Tony Regans, and their director of communication, Pat Courtney. And both guys are just wonderful. Just they make me feel like we're important. And you know, they got a lot of things going on. The season's opening, and ever since the statue theft, I've been communicating with those folks. They prioritize it. They often reach out to me just to check on things and see how we're doing. It's been it's made my love for MLB even stronger because these folks are going out of their way to express not just how much they want to help, but how grateful they are for being able to help. That makes
good
a difference.
stuff.
It is a big
Tell
deal.
Pat Courtney to call me. I have a question for him.
Pat Courtney will never talk to you.
That's too bad.
And he's a wonderful guy.
I bet he is.
But I'm not. What's your question?
Oh, there's this. You can like do part time like writing and stuff for the website.
Just do your job that you already have.
I know, but
just do the job.
Well, at least you want it. I don't care about
Do the jobs you already have and be thankful you got them.
I sure am.
All right, we'll be back. Thanks for listening, everyone. Tune in tomorrow, same time, 2 to 4. Have a good night.
How powerful is Cox Internet? Powerful enough to let your band members in Vegas, Phoenix, and Rhode Island jam like you're all in the same garage. Get Cox Internet powered by fiber with America's fastest download speeds. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, always building better. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial connection. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data. Fixed median download speeds. US Q3 2023.
Celebrate and save at Ashley's Anniversary Sale. With Hot Buys, your choice of colors starting at just $3.99. Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at $2.50. Plus, receive a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases. And shop top mattress brands like Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Purple, and Beautyrest Black with 60-month special financing. Only at Ashley. Subject to credit approval. No minimum purchase required. Minimum monthly payment, down payment, tax, and delivery may be required. See store for details.
We all agree that reducing carbon emissions is a good thing. And once again, Toyota is leading the way. We hear a lot about fully electric vehicles, and Toyota has them with more on the way. But we also know a BEV is not for everyone, whether it's because of cost, range, or concern about finding a charging station when you need it. Plus, the raw materials used to manufacture batteries are limited. Enter Beyond Zero, Toyota's vision for a carbon-neutral future. In vehicles and in manufacturing plants, too, in the years ahead. The materials used to make just one long-range battery for an EV could be used to make batteries for 6 plug-in hybrids or 90 gas-electric hybrids. That's why Toyota's position today is electrified, diversified, empowering you to choose how to reduce your own carbon footprint with the vehicle that's right for you. A hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or battery EV. So shop, learn more, and get details at toyota.com/beyondzero. Toyota, let's go places.